Thanks to all our active patrons who have contributed a lifetime of $100 or more to reach Garuk Dong level status.
Here is the list of those special patrons in order of contributions.
If you would like to support our show, check out the Commander Smiths at patreon.com. Ooh, welcome to the Commander Smiths.
We are the Commander Smiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
It's that time. It's that episode again. It's a secret. It's a secret. This is like what is it? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? 2 weeks? It's been 2 weeks, right? I don't know.
At least 2 weeks. Might be 3 weeks.
Maybe coming up on
I don't
3
know.
weeks.
Secret Lair.
We're not late. Renshai, we started actually early. We are not the Commander Late Smiths. We started early.
He's just saying we're the Late Smiths. that
are
doesn't announce what we are doing at all, other than being late. And that's just the first second of live stream, and that doesn't count for anybody else listening.
Hey, at least this week it didn't start 3 minutes in.
People that listen.
Dozens, yeah. The last week, I don't know, that was freaking weird with the stream, how it just started 3 minutes in. So at least we got it good. I was checking to see if we had our normal little group on there. So yeah, we got episode 288, and we have another Secret Lair episode. It's another super drop. So we have pushed. Oh, mother.
All right. That's good to know.
He said, surprise, bitches. Now I'm going to bed. He donates
you go,
and
night-night?
leaves. You're supposed to take shots with us, Josh.
Right.
You son of a bitch.
All right. So in 20 minutes, you can take a shot, and then you can wake up after about a half hour to 45 minutes.
Are we doing one right now then?
Oh, we should. If we got to get 3 in, we don't have our normal 3 segments today because we're doing the fall super drop, and then we're doing Smith Savant at the end. That's it. We've learned our lesson. We don't want 2.5 hour podcasts. We just want 2 hours.
Well, do we want to do what we did last week, where it's a 2.5 hour podcast, and then we get done with the podcast, and you and I continue to talk for 2.5 hours? And
right. That was 5 hours of us talking. We could have just kept recording.
We could have done the unsnipped episodes again.
We could have. That's a good point.
Just had that.
I mean, nobody watched those, but that was like pre-prep.
Yeah.
What's going on? Okay, I'm not going to drink this one.
Yeah. I actually have.
I just finished up a triple, which is 8.5%. Oh, that's not bad. No, I'm going to go with the beers. So. We're just gonna go Modelo. I'll get my third lighter one. Just can't go heavy with.
This is the last one from Chris. That was from SmithCon, but it was the Leinenkugel's Honey Lemon Light. So it was the last one there, and then I'm back to the 8-count hazy India pale ale from Lupulin. So the thing I drank last week, and yeah, it should be fun. Okay, so yeah, we got the Secret Lair we're going to talk about. We're going to get kind of pretty quick into that because it is a big super drop. And then, like Lowry said, we have the Stump the Smith Savant. This is week 3, and this week we have Spooge Wizard again. He's tried to battle you a few times. I don't think he has a win.
Do we know how he's done?
I was looking at it today, and I'm pretty sure he hasn't beaten you yet. Your record is 66-23, so you're hiking that up a little.
I'd like it if you were like cockier for me, like, oh, you've dominated his. He's not very good.
I should have checked it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I need to start doing that.
No,
actually
it's fine.
The records.
Well, when it's somebody that's dominating me, you're like, oh, he wrecks you. We should just call him Nick. That's what we should call you or him, whoever. Her. I mean, there is 2 females that listen to us, so
2 of them, and they aren't our wives. They used to be our wives, but they don't.
I don't think. I think my wife just turned down the volume and let it roll. That's I'm pretty sure what happened.
So yeah, we got Spooge Wizard is going to try to stump you. This would be week number 3. So if he stumps you, we don't get to add cards. But if he doesn't stump you, we add a this is the one that's for the winning. It's the Delighted Halfling in foil proxy. if you do not get stumped, we actually add another card to the ante. And then next week we already kind of decided is going to be our set review. So we're combining. This week was supposed to be fave 5 of our legendary creatures, our legendary, commanders basically. We're going to combine that with our top 10 next week. So we probably
a lot of cards if you want to hear about Eldraine.
Yeah.
Eldrainy.
Lowry is the Viking of the Smiths, kind of good, but chokes under pressure. Josh. Oh, wow. Wait.
Wow.
I got to give you this.
I'm okay with that. I'm fairly average person, so
you can tell football season's approaching. We got Josh is starting to talk his Niners smack. I'm guessing Renshai and Jacuzzi will jump on board with that because they're all Niners fans.
Just think how good the Niners would have been if they didn't trade like 7 first-round draft picks for Trey Lance, who they just traded away for a 4th rounder.
Burn!
Couldn't even make their team. They'd be so much better. They wouldn't have to pay like probably Christian McCaffrey top running back money.
Okay, I do
that
have
seems stupid too.
For the non-football players stuff, people are going to be kind of like, oh, this is boring. But really quick, I do find it funny in that the Niner fans get to feel how it feels to be a Vikings fan for a little bit. How I'm saying that is when something gets screwed up in the NFC Championship, they changed the rules the next year. So they did that this time because all their quarterbacks got injured. And so now they have a roster
for one more
roster spot that's not actually on there. And what I'm talking about with the Vikings is the overtime rules is because they just went down, kicked the field goal, and then that was the end of the game. And so now they changed it because of the Saints and Vikings game. So you guys get to feel what it's like to be a Vikings fan. You get the rules changed after the year that you were there, and then you haven't really sniffed it since. So not you guys, just, and we're not a part of the team either. So let's move on.
Whatever. He just called me a Viking. I'm basically part of the team. Yeah, I'm the mascot guy.
You are. All right, let's get one of these. Do you have yours poured up yet?
Oh no, I wasn't.
Okay.
Give me a second.
All right. So Josh, we'll get that one shot in before you go to bed. Thank you so much. For those of you guys who can support us, I'm just going to do a little bit of the tags right now. You can support us by donating on the live cast. If you donate like Josh did, $45 makes us take Malorts. We could do regular shots. It's normally Malorts. If you're going to donate for shots, Malorts is the way to go. Even if it's just one, it's worth making
best bang for your dollar.
It is
right there. That or a spicy bean when we're playing.
That's games. Yep. That's so those are the financial ways to support the show. We'll get into the other tags in a little bit, but let's get this Malort out of the way. I'm not looking forward to this. I don't know if I'm here's this. No, hang on a second. I have enough Malort bottles. I don't need to. So I don't go as high with it because I was used to only having one Malort bottle. So I was being very,
you're rationing it.
Right. And so now that I have an endless supply of Malort bottles.
How many do you have?
Oh, Josh, what did you do?
What the fuck is that?
Eat beans.
Good for you.
Hey, I'll go talk to my wife. Don't worry about it.
Eat beans. Nice. But all right, let's take this one first. Thanks, Josh. Go Vikings.
Yeah. Go Viking.
Okay, the first. Nope, there it was. But it's normally the first one is okay. It's when I say okay, it's still like the worst shot, but it's not as bad as 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are always worse.
It just compounds, but this is bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
it's like if you mixed like scotch with pine sol. That sounds good actually.
I can't.
I don't know. There isn't like a comparison.
I can't. And whenever people ask me what it tastes like,
it's like you're licking half-dried varnish. How about that?
We really, know what I should do is get what we talked about last week, the unemployed.
He's staying up. Josh is staying up with us now.
All right.
Just gonna get another beer. Unless it's gonna be a bed beer. I don't know how you roll, but
I should get the unemployed wine guy or whatever and get his sounders of his responses and cut those up and use those as our buttons when we take Malort and just hit that and like.
There's a reason why he's popular.
Yeah.
And
instead of hearing our reactions,
my beer is just awful now. Awful.
It killed your beer. All right. Let's get into the cast kind of part. Well, what'd you do? We saw each other this week. We got to go play some Whirly Ball and get sweaty as hell playing laser tag, celebrating Mark or cousin's birthday.
Awful. I'm awful at laser tag.
Laser tag was fun, but man, it was sweaty.
Yes. It was sweaty. I'm very sweaty.
And then
and like we were the only, only a handful of Smiths, small Smith clan.
Yeah, it was a friend
amount.
Clan.
But yeah, it was more the friend clan. But yeah, I mean, everybody was sweaty, but a Smith clan meeting is just sweaty in general, I would say.
Can you imagine if it was all Smiths in there? They would have to like desanitize that whole thing.
I felt bad at the end of that hour. I was like, if I bumped into a corner, I was like, oh, that just squeegeed off enough to wipe down. That was
the last game we played. I took in Joe, my brother's daughter, Aurora, and I gave her the gun and I just hit it against the wall trying not to get hit, and I just sat there still sweating like I wasn't doing anything, and I grabbed a bunch of paper towels and I was just soaking it up. It was freaking ridiculous. But we played Whirly Ball, which was the same thing we did at SmithCon, so we got that going.
Getting some practicing.
Yeah, it was a good week. And then we got State Fair. If I could choose a time that I really wish we could have SmithCon, it would be fun to get everybody for the State Fair because there's so much to do. And have you gone in a while? Like, did you go last year? I think you did, didn't you? No. Are you going to go this year?
I haven't gone since kids. No.
Oh man. We're going tomorrow.
I'm not interested.
Oh.
I'm not interested in going until the kids can like
eat,
last a day without being assholes. Like
that's okay. Well, I guess 18 is where you're. Nope, they'll still be assholes. There.
Oh, you think they're not gonna be assholes?
I remember how I was when I was 18. I was a huge asshole. I'm not talking about my butt.
I'm not. Maybe you were.
No,
I was less of an asshole.
My mom has said it to me many times. She's like,
really?
Yeah. She's like, you weren't good to be around until like, she said, you weren't good to be around from like 16 to like 24. It's like, oh, because they like sat me down at like went out to dinner and she's like, I just want to say it was at like 24 was when I was like I think I was starting to date Cindy. And she's like, you really like have changed you were an asshole before. Now I like you. It's like, thanks, Mom. I mean, thanks? Question mark.
Right. I'm wondering what happened. Because when you're 24, I'm 23. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I'll figure that out. But I mean, I was still drinking heavily. So I think you were too.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. Cause like, I felt like there was a change. Maybe there's a change at like 24, just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then 28 was a big change. Yeah. 28 is when I stopped going out to the bars nearly as much and didn't want to.
Right. Well, I think
like there was like a culture change within my head.
Right. I don't think it's all about the like how hard can you party all the time. I think it's more of and that's the other thing is then it's more
like I'd rather drink alone now at that point.
No, what I was gonna say is I think after my first 2 years of college, then I was like, then you get to be more buddies with your parents start treating you more like an adult. And so I think that like there was a mix of that where they were still wanting to treat me like a kid. And then once you get to that age, especially when you get to the drinking age, then it's like you're an adult and all that stuff. And then you can just hang out and not hide it or whatever. And so I think maybe that had something to do with it. Cause then I was more wanting to be around my parents and not.
I don't know if, this is getting into different things, but I don't know if you experienced this with your brothers, but you have two younger brothers that are basically the same age as my younger brother and sister. And so I'm down on the farm and I have like a 2 or 3 day burn that I'm doing. And so I'm just hanging out, tending the fire. And my sister came down to kind of help on the farm, and it's not, a different family type thing because she's not related to you.
Yeah.
But, me and my other brother are. So, but she's hanging out and we're kind of drinking around the fire, and then another farmer that I know come out, and we're all just chatting. And he's like, "That's your baby sister?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, I just turned 21 in like the last year. Maybe she was 22 at that point." And I was like, "Yeah, this is weird. This is the first time we drank together." And she's like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool. Cheers." And then I just swat the son of a bitch out of her hand. I'm like, "You can't be drinking." And just like fake yelled at her. She's like, "You just wasted beer." I was like, "Oh, you're right." And I picked it up out of the fire because I'm pretty fucking drunk. Hand it to her, cheers her, and then as she's going to drink, I slap it out of her hand again.
You should have done the whole bottle tapping thing and got her that way.
Oh, there were cans. It's just like a Bush Light cube. It was fucking. We were just hammering stuff. So, but it was fun. It was probably the last time I drank with her too.
The first and the last time you drank with your sister.
She lives out of state now, so I don't get to see her very often. So, but that was fun. That's a good memory. She loves it.
All right, we're at that 17-minute mark. We can get
We
started
are?
on this. We need to get that bean in though. So while we're doing this,
Did you tags?
I'm doing it right now. All right, so I got one.
We did some.
Well, we did a little bit, yeah. So this is either going to be buttered popcorn or rotten egg. So thank you, Josh, for that. He did $10. Is that 10 beans?
I don't know.
No, that's 5.
I don't know.
It's 5 beans, I think. So we got to figure out 5 beans throughout. So here's one. Cheers.
Yeah, this is dead fish or strawberry. No, it's not cheers. It's flick the bean.
Oh, you're right. Flick it. And yeah, I
Flick the
remember.
bean?
There's a bean behind my desk because I flicked it away.
Oh, that's awful.
That's
Dead fish.
Buttered popcorn. I'm good. All right. You can support the Commander Smiths by becoming a patron. You can donate $1 or more. That gets you into the Discord, get you chatting with us, get you playing games. We played games last week or 2 weeks ago. We're going to be starting some games up. Sorry, I should not have eaten that right before I'm about to talk a bunch.
Right. Well, I mean, at least it's good.
Yeah, this one's
I'm
good.
fucking tearing up. It's going up my nose. It's going to stain my mustache.
So $1 or more gets you in the Discord, all that fun stuff. $5 or more gets you proxies if you so choose each month. That financially helps us out. We are able to we get the store we're starting up here, so that's going to help there. But really the most important thing is you're getting on the Discord, because the Discord is where we chat it all up. We talk about this secret layer that we're coming up on here that we're going to talk about in a couple of minutes. We chat about that all today and a bunch of other shit. There was a bunch of stuff. So basically, get on the Discord if you can. $1 or more, that helps us out. The other financial way to support the show is, like I mentioned before, by donating on the live feeds with the beans or the shots and all that. All that helps us out. It goes right back into the show, either equipment or just helping us give away prizes and all that stuff. So those are the financial ways to support the Commander Smiths. The other way is just to subscribe and watch our stuff on YouTube. That actually helps us out money-wise. It may be a fraction of a penny, but it still is a financial way to support the show. So if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, make sure you jump on YouTube and subscribe there. Watch our videos. Lowry had a deck tech last week that he did. You did another Lord of the Rings, Mr. Treebeard. How did Mr. Treebeard turn out? What'd you start out with? What'd you end with? Where's it at?
Well, okay, so I think it's all right. I don't have sleeves, so I'm running out of deck space at this point.
What?
Right. And I need new sleeves at this point. But so at first I was thinking it'd be really fun to put like lifelink on Treebeard and stuff like that. And the nice thing is like big chunks of life is nice, but with lifelink on it, you're waiting until, you don't put more counters on it until after you deal the damage. Sorry. This is
it's like you took a hot bean in a way.
Right. But it's just gas. Dead fish and Malort. I mean, it's
that's a
fantastic.
Good mix. Which one's better?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. It's pretty close.
But I've slowly been getting rid of the lifelink on Treebeard just because it hits and it becomes more of a threat, which becomes more scary, instead of gaining the life before it hits so that you get more damage in.
I'm just going to pull up
and
Treebeard
then it's
right now
harder
so
to interact Because so Treebeard puts 1/1 counters on him for as much life as you've gained. So if you gain 1 life, you get 1/1 on there. If you gain 5 life, you put 5 on there. There's no amount of triggers that would stop it. And so he can get huge fast.
Lucky.
Yeah. Well, there's, I don't know.
You're like, penis joke is not going to work here. I'm just
right. I was going to be like, that's a huge condom, but it wasn't a protection joke because he has ward too. But you can, I think there's a couple of different ways that you can build it. Like Tree Folk, I wasn't going for that. I'm trying to go for like a pure life gain, very similar to like what I had with Trelasar a couple years ago. But it's definitely going to end up being different, but I haven't had a lot of time to like.
So how far are you along on that then? Did you get?
I've put the perfect fits on it, but I don't have sleeves like I said. So I'm just like shuffling really carefully. So, but it's not
like
it's
how many
slower.
How many cards do you have?
I'm down to a regular deck.
Oh, okay. So you actually have 100. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So what I normally do, so here's the deck right here, right? And then I keep everything that I was going to have right here. And then I'll go through it and then say that's everything in addition to. But then I go through it and go, oh, would this work in better? Would this work in better? Was I thinking something that was going to help? And I didn't go that way, but maybe I should. And so I keep that around until I feel like things are working smoothly the way I want it. And I just haven't really had the time to break it down like I normally do. We just did a lot this weekend. So the tweaking aspect is there, not on drugs, but
I was gonna go there.
That's where I'm at. I think it's gonna be fun. I think it could be really aggressive. And so we'll just see where it ends up. I'll post. I should probably get a basic list on Moxfield here.
Okay.
Might do it tonight. Depends on how drunk Josh gets us.
I mean, we got 3 Malorts.
Right.
We're in for a long one.
But that's it. I'm gonna go get my 3rd beer.
Okay.
But you can.
I'll keep going with takes. All right. So I
don't know what I'm doing for curated tomorrow.
Okay. So Spotlight, that was last week. So check that out. That is up. Let me get back to our main thing here. So you can check out the Spotlight decks, any of our videos. This week, I will be doing the proxy time stuff. So this month is kind of interesting because we are getting ready to do the store. So because the store is coming up, we have these tokens that we're making. So I have some AI Wombo tokens that I made this week. And those will be this month's proxies. So it'll actually be a dragon token, treasure token, actually 2 different kinds of treasure tokens. What were the other ones that I did? Dragon token, and then I did zombie, sexy zombie. So that one's gonna be nice there. And then what was the last one we had? It was dragon, treasure, zombie. I think that's it. So I got those 4 tokens. There might be one more that I'm missing there. Is that good? Good beer. So all the videos, Curated MTG happens twice a week. Make sure you guys watch those videos. Watch them all the way through. Give them a like. On this video, if you're watching right now, make sure you give this a like if you're watching. That helps us out, helps spread it out. Also, we have TikTok. You guys can check out the short videos. Anything under a minute is typically over there. Then you can check us out on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. That's where we'll post things. We don't really interact there as much. We're there. We're just kind of in the shadows. If you really want to interact with us, make sure you jump on YouTube. But if you
interact with us on X, we will be there. It's just
we
don't do a stream of consciousness on it.
Right. Yeah. It's just we're checking it. It's there. It's just a place we post. And really, if we like Larry said, we do check that, but also YouTube, we do interact really well on YouTube and Discord.
Here's the thing:
obviously.
if you want to message us any way, because I know that I said we're going to get on Instagram, and maybe I'm just being slow on it. But if there's a place you would like us to post, and we hear a couple of the, a couple of the same thoughts, maybe we go there.
Maybe
to expand and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if somebody could just post it to Reddit for us, because I'm afraid to go there.
Yeah, I don't
want to go to Reddit.
What I'm doing. I'm scared.
Right. I'm afraid. Sometimes, when Ted posts that stuff, I'm like, this stuff is all, I don't know what to do here.
Like I I deal with the technology stuff part of it, but that part I go, I don't know what's going on here. It's the whole, where do I put my hands? I don't know what I'm doing.
No, I've been told that if we go there, we will get ripped apart. So I'd prefer not to do the work at Reddit, but but also exposing Reddit to us might be all right. I don't know.
All right, so that's Twitter. That's all. You can direct message us there, or you can shoot us an email at commandersmiths@gmail.com. I think it's about time we get ready to do the secret lair. I got to get everything set up. Let's jump over here.
Should we do one more bean?
Oh, yeah, I guess a bean. And
Let's get a bean out of the way.
Do we do the shot after the secret lair or in the middle of the secret lair, maybe?
Middle. No, let's do one not right now. Well, then we're going to get maybe in the middle. Middle
of that. All right, let's get the bean.
Maybe third and a third. How about that? And then
because you still have Stump the Smith Savant at the end there, buddy.
Right. I don't want to be taking that last shot right before it. I want to be good and lubed up. Yeah, baby.
Lucky. All right, so my next bean.
I'm not even gonna say it. It's light blue, baby blue.
Oh, I guess that'd be a better one.
Let me down.
To try to figure out which one it is. Oh, I didn't flick it. It's not good. Liver and onions.
Mine's all right. Baby blue.
All right.
It's gotta be.
It's time. Let me get the
berry blue. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's a secret. All right. I'm glad I did that right after I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have the bean. I'm gonna hit it one more
How's
time.
that liver and onions?
That's not good. One more time. I need to get it out of my teeth. All right, so we got the latest secret lair. We had the spring or summer super drop that just ended.
Yep.
And I kind of like what they're doing here, because what they're doing is, instead of having multiple stack, although we do have them stacking a little bit because the commander deck's mixed in there as well. But what they're doing is they're doing basically these super drops. They're, each season super drop, and then it lasts for, this one's only 34 days. So it's not like our last one, which was about 2 months. This is 34 days. But that one ended. So now we have this one that I'm jumped on. There isn't any special bonuses except for the bundles in this. So the last one, when you spent over 200, you got the Brothers War collector boosters. You got 2 of those for every 200 you spent. This one just has some discounts that we'll go over as we do this. So really quick, just to explain why am I doing that?
Elon Musk will be proud.
Right. Just to explain a little bit for those of you that don't know what the breakpoint is. What that is ideally is when we talk about the breakpoint numbers, if it's a breakpoint 2, breakpoint 3, if you were to buy, let's scroll down and look at one of these. Let's just grab one. If you were to buy this absolute annihilation, you can't see it because let's do it. There we go. Let's do the absolute annihilation for $30. This one right here.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to buy that for $30, the breakpoint is how many it would take for you to break even and keep that one for yourself. Because we're collectors. We like magic cards. Right. We want to keep it for ourselves. And how many would it take for you to keep one for yourself and then start making money? So let's say this whole value was $55. Well, that means if you bought 2 of them, you'd be $5 short of, because then you bought 2. One of them you sold for $55. You spent $60, so you're $5 short. So you need to buy 3. So the breakpoint would be 3 in that case.
I don't think I realized that. I feel like I would just say 2, and then you spent $5 for the one bit.
You could say it that way, but when I'm doing the breakpoint,
that's how I'm okay spending $5 for 6 premium
and
cards.
So I do note that on some of these where I'm just like, you're really close to a breakpoint of 2, but here's where you're at. So we're gonna get into that a little bit more as we go. But just so you know, when we talk about the breakpoints, we always want to keep one for ourselves. That's the thing. Is like unless you're all profit and you don't care about keeping the cards, then we can just tell you, this is what it's worth. Then you have profit from there, that point forward. Okay. So what we're going to do here is Lowry's going to go through. We're not going to talk about the bundles until the end. We'll push the bundles to the end and we'll talk about each one. And then we'll kind of go through the breakpoint of those. So the very first one, let's get that one going. It's the absolute annihilation one. Let me minimize.
Let's see here.
Oh, no, I want it here.
All right. So Absolute Annihilation is in all caps.
Yeah,
And,
everything's all caps, which is kind of interesting with it.
Oppression. Yeah. Oh, it is all caps. All right. So, but it is very red and black color themed. Oh, you have 4 cards. The first one is Oppression, which is an enchantment that makes everybody discard a card when they cast a spell. You have a Braid, which is a heavily used card almost everywhere that it's able to be played, and reprinted in standard every few years, it feels like at this point.
Yep.
Mass Hysteria, which gives everything haste. Everybody's creatures, yours, theirs. So it's like
Concordant Crossroads.
Right. Concordant. But,
yeah, for those of people that haven't seen,
I wish I was there for the recording.
Concordant Crossroads. I said that.
But Mass Hysteria has never been reprinted, I'm probably going to get this because this is one of the cards that I don't own, but not willing to pay the sum of money that it is worth at this point. And then you have Terminate, which is an all-time all-star, destroying any creature for red and black. What are we looking at here?
Okay, so it is a $30 and $40 for $30 for the non-foil, $40 for the foil. The like Lowry mentioned, Oppression only has one foil printing. And so it's really an old printing, so it's $380. We're not counting that as it's going to be $300. We're not counting.
Expect that.
Just so you guys know, I kind of put in. I don't go, oh, that's only foil printing. I'm going off that number. Don't even do that. I put in logic into actually what happens with these. And Mass Hysteria, like you mentioned, 1 printing and 1 foil printing, and that one's at 37. So, but again, it's not going to be 37. And for Oppression, I think it's going to probably hover around 30. For foils, Mass Hysteria, I think is going to be around 20, is what I would guess. And again, when we talk about these prices, there is kind of 2 scenarios. If you're early getting your boxes and you can list it on eBay or TCG, you can sell it for higher right away. But then once everybody starts getting theirs, it drops. Kind of like think of standard sets or any other set that comes out. The more that gets out there, it drops. But really the maturity level of all these secret layers is about 10 to 16 months. So after 10 to 16 months after these drops have been sent out, that's when you start to see these prices. So anyways, this one isn't the greatest for breakpoint wise. Non-foils, your total is $35, and that's before fees and shipping. So remember, that's $30. So you're really after fees and shipping, you're probably a little bit under that mark. For foils, I did calculate this out. Your value 60 with fees and everything, about 14. You end up being about 46. So the breakpoint is 8, which is high. Like breakpoint,
still not something you want to invest in to try and get that breakpoint. But if you do want it, like I likely will buy this one because of Mass Hysteria and because they are very usable cards in Terminate and a Braid. And Oppression is something that I consider, but it generally doesn't make a deck. And so all these cards are very playable.
Right. And
that's all in my mind.
Other part is Parks just mentioned, it looks fantastic. That's the thing about this whole, when this drop came out, I was like, there's some really cool drops in this. They look cool. Financially wise, some of them just aren't necessarily there. Like the part that misses is a Braid and Terminate. They've been printed so much that they're $5.
Right.
Cards. So it's
again, they are highly played.
Right. So
this is the
top
premium version.
Right. So that is, I put them at 5. So I might be on the low end of these, but that's what I've been trying to do, is to kind of get a good base of what you can expect from this. So breakpoint 8 for the foils, and you can get non-foils or foils. You know, it's my preference is always foils. So that's just, we're always kind of sticking with the foils, but we're giving you both prices on all that. So, all right.
Mine are preferenced foils as well.
Yep. Okay. So we get into the next drop, and this, I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to pull a Lowry, and is the best drop of the bunch. But let's...
way to kill it.
Spoiler alert.
All right. Now on VHS, it is the theme. It is like an old school
so cool.
VHS box on the outside here. You have 4 cards in this one, which is Old School Rewind that counters a spell on tap 4 lands. You have Food Chain, which is a crazy art, crazy card. It's a combo enabler.
Yeah.
Awesome to have. Rampant Growth, which I wish it wasn't this,
Why?
but still very and
That's
highly
one of the-
playable.
Yeah, it's you don't want it this because it's cheap, is what you're saying? Like not expensive, or you,
I mean, it's just reprinted
Yeah.
so much.
but it's so cool.
What?
Like
What's going on in this one as well with Food Chain? Like Rewind isn't. I mean, it is what it is. But then you have Food Chain, and then the last card I want is here, the First Sliver, which has skyrocketed because of the precon from Commander Masters. Food Chain and First Sliver are ridiculous reprints in the same bit.
right.
Like this
They're
is
the
something
same-
that they should have
should be
seen
a
and like,
different-
oh, we shouldn't do both of them.
Yeah, right. They did they're like one of them, and then having 3 other crap ones would have been totally fine. But both
Right,
of them,
because that's what they try and do.
right. But this one,
But they might have been like, you know what? The First Sliver, this is an aliens theme thing.
exactly.
That's
so
exactly
cool.
what it is. And they're
so
like, it's
cool.
fantastic. But I don't know if it's gonna do what we want to do. We gotta get a solid card in there for this. Let's do Food Chain.
Yeah.
And again, both of them in here at this point in time, crazy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And also just awesome art. I love it.
oh,
I
yeah.
love this one.
This is one of my, I mean, not only financially priced, but like the
right.
style of all this. Because isn't the 30th anniversary, and I think Parks is talking about that, is Shark Typhoon did a VHS style. So I think that's the other one that has that. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to check.
It's
mine.
weird that I have it like very available.
Is it Shark Typhoon? Am I right with that?
Yeah.
Is it in the VHS?
That's
type
what we
thing?
got.
Yeah, it totally is. Okay.
Let me get the light off. Have we figured out this doesn't work? Yeah,
No, it doesn't work. Yeah, the light. I could
it,
see it when
Lowry.
it's just you have. Oh, there. You could see it perfect
Turn
right
it
there.
down.
Yeah. So that's the Shark Typhoon from the 30th anniversary Secret Lair is in the style of that, and I loved that that card there. Well,
It's yeah. Actually, you're probably right.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it does say
It's-
VHS on it.
Yeah.
Literally.
So that's where they did the test
All right.
ground for it. So yeah. So the interesting thing, get the button ready really quick here. First Sliver, I bought a bunch of.
Oh, good.
Oh, sorry.
Gotta wait for me to say. Yeah. I bought a bunch of the First Sliver retro foils from was it MH2 when they reprinted it and they had the retro stuff. I sold out of those at $55. This at now it's even higher. It's $10 higher than the lowest price you can get according to Goldfish when you're looking at the pricing there is around $65 for foils. So this card by itself is better than that last drop. Like $65 is higher than that 60. I mean, that's how numbers work.
Right.
But
This likely at least is 65 plus.
yeah. So then you get Food Chain, which is a $34 card in foil, and this is going to be one of the better arts for that. Rampant Growth I think will be a $10 card because it's highly used. But Rewind is a $5 card. But anyways,
I just wish it was Farseek. I don't want it to be 3 Wishes.
Yeah.
Or Nature's Lore. I want it to be Farseek.
Just to get
That's all I wanted.
That's all he wanted. But hey,
I haven't used Rampant Growth in a long time.
so the totals for non-foil, your total value is 85 minus fees and shipping, $18. So you're at 67. That's a break point of 2. You buy 2 of these, one pays for the other one, and you have a $7 profit in non-foil.
Right.
In foil, the value is $114, which is crazy. And that's one of our better ones that we've had. You take away shipping, that's about $25, gets to 89. So another break point of 2 because you're paying $40 for this. You buy another one for 40, that's 80. So you're at a plus $9. And then you, from that point forward. So it isn't not, this is the best one,
We'll get there.
but there's other good ones. There's other almost as good as this one. There's a couple of them that are duds, but this is by far the best one. So keep watching. We're not done. We're not done with these because
there's other stuff.
There's some cool ones, especially they might not have the value like we talked with the first one, but some of these are really freaking cool. I love the style, and that's the one I wanted to talk about next. So let's get to this because this is not going to be value wise, but this is really cool.
All right, it's called Magic the Baseballing, and I'll tell you, I'm balling on these. No, that's bad. All right, so okay, so they are old school baseball style, not even like where I'm basically 40. This is like old school baseball for me.
Yes.
And so you have the original Gatewatch, the original 5 Planeswalkers in baseball card form, and it is front and back.
Yeah,
and front has.
This reminds me of the cereal one, is what it reminds me.
Oh, that's true. That's a really good point. I mean, and so they have like a Ajani, Goldmane, Jace Bellerin. I'll just run through them real quick.
Okay, yeah. So that's the backside.
Liliana Vess.
Look at the backside
Chandra
of that.
Nalar and Garrick Wildspeaker.
Garuk.
But basically, you have like the picture of them in pinstripes and they're in the uniform with a hat on, a bat, and that's the front of the card. And on the back of the card is what it actually does. There's a casting cost on the front. The back is doing what it's supposed to be doing. I don't know how I'm supposed to play with these cards, but I love it.
Yeah, no, I love.
Like, should I treat it like a flip card?
Yeah,
I think if you do want to play with this, put it in
triple
sided sleeve. Yeah, so that you can take it out, flip it around, so you can see what the fuck is going on. But I love the idea of it. Are they all stars? I didn't see that one. Are they? Okay. So they all have their
designated
own,
hitter. All right. So
he's a DH. What the fuck?
He is a big.
He's at
dude.
Least a first baseman.
He's a
home run leader.
Catcher.
I would guess. Catcher.
Yeah. There was a joke on that with the Discord today.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't. I only.
Yeah. And then what was?
Oh boy.
Right field.
But I like it. I like it. Is she a lefty?
No, that's right.
I don't know. I get confused because I'm a lefty and a righty for certain things, so I don't know.
What are you talking about?
No, that's lefty. Oh no, you're right. You're right. It looks like she's choked up like Barry Bonds. I thought she was at the backhand of her swing. I'm wrong, obviously.
Okay, so value-wise, really quick. It's not there value-wise. You're looking at probably each one of these 10 to 15. To be honest with you, with the uniqueness of these, I think you're probably at 20.
Right.
I will probably list these for 20 a piece if I'm doing this on eBay, just because they are very unique and very stylish with everything. And they're the OGs. They're OG Planeswalkers when we first got introduced with them.
And I'm going to say that I don't hate any of them. They're just probably too weak at this point.
If they were better,
like
but I dig that.
No, I mean, like I consider a lot of these, other than like Shauna Nalar.
Yeah, I have
all
never
of these
put her
have like they like make, but they get cut from the process, and so they're not bad.
Yeah.
And so if you're not in a really powerful group where Adam chokes everybody out, like you these are very playable for you as well. Just saying.
All right, so breakpoints, they aren't really there. Non-foil value is $35 again. The foil is at 60, so it's kind of like we talked about earlier. At the 60 mark, we're at a breakpoint of 8. So I would not go deep on this one, but if you want it for the collection, which I do, and I will buy this, I'm definitely going to buy this one, but I would not count on this one for resale value necessarily. I think they still will, to be honest with you. If I think it will be a lower, people aren't going to spec on this one. And like I mentioned, I think each one of these will actually go for 20 instead of the 10 to 15 range that I was putting it at. But just going by the numbers and how much they're used and how good they are for Commander and stuff, I would go with the last one we talked about over this one. So that's where I'd go with this one. Okay, so breakpoint 8 for foils. Not really a breakpoint for the non-foils. All right, so now we get into this one's a long one to read, and I'm glad you're reading it.
Keep partying hard, shred harder than you previously thought possible. That is a title that they came up with. I'm assuming that was God. Remember that thing about forgetting words when you're telling a joke? There's a band that has really long names of things.
Oh,
Um,
I don't know what band that is.
there's two, and they're associated with each other. And what's the one with Brandon Urie?
Are you with who? Are you talking about
Panic at the Disco? There we go. They have really fucking long song title names. That's what I was going for there. And it'd be, like I said, a lot funnier if I could just do it. All right, I get it. I'm not. All right. So this one is going to be, I already did it. I already said the title. I'm not going to say it again. All right. This has 4 in it. First off is going to be
I was gonna say,
Zat.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Zit.
Or
this is old school. This is probably the first reprint. And it probably didn't need to be a reprint, but it's fucking hardcore shit. And one thing that I realized is the harder it is to read a card, the more metal it is, obviously. And there's really a lot of words there. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. The next one is going to be Godo. I should know the name of it.
Bandit Warlord.
Yeah, Bandit Warlord. That's what I'm saying. It's just so edgy. And then you have Jessica Thrice Theory. I can't wait.
Jessica like Thrice Reborn.
Thrice Reborn. Yeah, the
I only have it written down. I'm not reading it off of there.
There we go. All right. It's unreadable at this point without it in my hand to be like, I have glasses. All right, folks.
This is the best one.
All right. Yep. And then the last one that we'll mention is Vile Smasher the Fierce. Readable. Very readable. And it should be the craziest because it's the best card out of the batch. But I love this. The art is really, really cool. For me, it's metal. I'm not in the metal scene, so I don't see it all the time. But when I do see it, I'm like, oh, that's rad.
Yeah, that's rad.
File Smasher gets me there.
Gets your juices going.
Like, they're all great, other than Tevish Jot.
Okay, so this one, this one isn't value wise there, but again, we're dealing with Vile Smasher. We have all 4 of them as potential commanders. Are they all commanders? Yes. Legendary is Godo.
Oh, is that the Planeswalker one from Commander?
Yep. That's the one that double or triples the damage for red source or whatever.
No. For the Tevish Zat. Is that the creature version or the Planeswalker version?
That is let me see.
I didn't read it.
Let me minimize to see which one it is. That is the Planeswalker. Right?
Oh, I see the 4 of that. Yeah. Okay. You're right. So most of them are Commander Legends, the first one. Okay. I'm happier about this. I like them all.
So
I like them all.
I dig it a lot and I want it for my collection and stuff. Value wise, they're just not there. You know, it just,
really?
Well, because just none of them are really that expensive. The most expensive card is Vile Smasher at $11 for the foil etched version of that from when they did was it Commander Legends when they redid that? Yeah, when they did him in foil etched. Yep. So I think he'll be more around 20, to being honest. Like if you know, for commander wise, they tend to go higher because you want a cool version of your general. You want that version, so they tend to go a little bit higher. But going off the numbers, non-foil is 25, foil is 42 before fees. So you have no breakpoints with either of these. I would not go deep on this necessarily, but if you want this for your collection, highly recommend it because I do. I want Vile Smasher. I want all of these cards in my collection because they are pretty damn sweet. So,
and you should do what we do.
So, but if you're investing in it, this one again is not the greatest one to go deep on because it's just the value just isn't there. Okay, let me do this one.
Should we take a shot?
Let me do this one really quick, and then we do the shot.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not really talking much. It's because it's the lands. The lands again. We do these ones pretty quick because they're $30 and $40 a piece. Typically, the lands are pretty cool in this. I like the style of this. It's different than we've seen. It's kind of crazy, weird. Reminds me of
cartoons on crack.
Yeah. But there's that toy or Funhouse something that does like. I did a proxy on one of these when we had with where it's like like ripping open somebody or whatever. But anyways,
there's it's a little bit Simpson-y, but the Enchanted version on Netflix, there's a cartoon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. I remember that. Yep. That was a pretty crazy one. But okay, so generally with non-foils, with basic lands, we're sitting around between that 5 to 10 range. For foils, you're at that 10 to 15. It used to be, I would say 15 to 20, but we get these basic lands all the time. And from my sales, like the Post Malone lands, I've been selling those, the foils at 15. I've been selling the non-foils for 10. That got a little hype because Post bought the One Ring, so they started selling a little bit more and all that stuff. So I think these are between that 5 and 10. So your break points, if they're at 5 for non-foils, you're at 25. If you're at 10 for the foils, you're at 50. So it's at least a little bit. But if you want this for yourself, get it. But I wouldn't go deep on the basics anymore. They have too many special basics. We had an episode about that like a year ago or whatever. There's so many basic lands, special basics, that it's hard for me to say go deep on basics now. So, okay, let's do our second shot. Let me close that up and get us back.
I think Josh D went to bed.
I'm guessing because he was ready to go to bed before.
But appreciate you buying a shot.
Do we?
Right.
Alort is
we have to.
Far the worst. The second one is always the worst. All right. Cheers.
Is it? I don't know. All right.
All right. Thanks,
I think we're generally. Cheers.
Oh, here we go.
It's pretty bad.
Yep. The second one.
It's pretty bad.
Second one gets really bad. Really bad. Okay. Ugh. Okay, so now I can't open my eyes. We're past the lands. We are at the last two of our drops here.
Last two?
Two?
That means we got to take a shot at the end of this, though.
That's a good point. Well, we got to talk about the bundles, too. So there's a little bit of a twist when we talk about the bundles here.
All right. Great. Hold on. I'm not there. I was focused on other things. All right. So are we doing Buggin' Out? Is that what we're doing?
Buggin' Out.
Buggin' Out has 5 in this one. Again, it's a little bit LSD-ish. Very. This one seems more akin to like a rock and roll poster, not a metal poster, but a rock and roll poster.
Right.
So there's 5 cards in this one. It's going to be Eldritch Evolution, which is sweet. Giant Adaphage, which is a huge bug. I don't think that was the right one.
Yeah.
Noxious Revival, great reprint.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't enjoy these arts very much, but it is what it is. Grist the Hunger Tide. I think that's solid. Actually,
I like this art. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Yeah.
Like the spider skull thing going on.
Yeah.
I do like that one. And then is that Mazarek?
It is. It's a fucking crazy Mazarek.
I can't see it. What I said, it's fucking metal when you can't read it. This one is, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't. I should have clicked on it. Okay, it's bigger. Yeah.
That's an interesting take
Mazarek.
on Mazarek. Okay, so the notes here is Noxious only has 1 foil printing at $79. Obviously, I'm not taking that price, but just so you know. Mazarek only has 1 foil printing at $12, but this is a better version because the 1 foil printing is just the normal. This is is it better? I mean, this picture is interesting. I like it. But do I want this? I mean, I probably would. If I was using Mazarek as my commander, I've used Mazarek quite a bit in decks here and there throughout the years. Like he comes
just
out
beyond the Mazarek deck that you built.
Yeah, beyond that one. Like he goes in anything, with sacrifice and stuff like that. Okay, so this actually has 3 big guys in it, especially for the foil version, because I just mentioned that there are 2 cards that didn't have foil, only have 1 foil printing. Mazarex it's from Double Masters, the original Double Masters, so it's not that old. So Eldritch Evolution is 22, Noxious is 20, Grist is 22, and Mazarek is 20. So all of those adds up quite a bit. Now the non-foil side of it, you're looking at a total value of 38. So your breakpoint it's pretty high. I think it's like a breakpoint 8. But your foil version of this is 94 after fees and shipping is 77. So it's a breakpoint 3. Yeah. So it's $3 off. It's what you were talking about earlier. It's a breakpoint 2 if you're willing to spend the $3 and call it but if you're actually going by the numbers,
or if you don't have to ship it and you can just hand it off to a buddy or something,
right? Then it's a breakpoint 2.
You're there.
Yeah. So $77. You pay $80 for 2 of these. You eat the $3 and you call it a day because you get 5 of these cards in your deck plus a bonus card. Again, we don't talk about the bonus cards. There are bonus cards with all of these, so the bonus card would definitely make up for this and make it a breakpoint 2, no matter what it was, unless it was, a couple cents. So this is our
giant adaphage.
Yeah, this is up there with price. 90. We almost breaking $100 when you get into this. There's some garbage ones. The adaphage is really the only garbage one in this one.
Right. That's the only one that's not a good fit.
Yeah, it could have been 4 and
it works, but
all right. So,
and then the last one is going to be Artist Series, Kev Walker. He is a famous artist that I
don't know of.
I couldn't place where he goes, but there's 4 cards in this one.
People are gonna be mad at us.
I've heard of him. I can't remember something.
Yeah,
it's like people that write books. The author of books. I don't remember that stuff either.
Unless they're the big guys.
God, my brain is gone today. I'm so excited for Savant right now. Okay, so we have four cards in this one. They got a foil, non-foil version. You have Fae Elder, which is me and Adam were very high on it at the beginning. I still love it, but I don't play it as much as I'd like.
I just went through my Spec collection. I have a stack of them in full art. Yeah. And I'm like, shit. But to be honest with you, I like the full art version better than this version because it's full art. I feel like that's a little bit more, because I would prefer full art over just a border. So anyways, okay.
Like a special art?
Yeah.
All right, next one. So we got Fae Elder, Carnage Tyrant, I will say there is a little bit of the spin with this one is we have the dinosaurs coming back in this next year. So right. But I was literally just thinking this week, I was like, I only have one Carnage Tyrant. I wonder if they're going to reprint it somehow. This might be how they're doing it. They might reprint it again when the set comes in with some type of Commander's thing.
That is a good point. Yeah, but
I don't know. I don't trust it because it's super, it's big, good, but very vanilla.
Yeah.
And so it's something that I can see them being willy-nilly reprinting. I don't know. Third card is Fleshbag Marauder. There's ETB, everybody sacrifices a creature. It's a fantastic card, Zombie Warrior. There's premium version of it, but printed a ton. And then something that was just reprinted a lot in the Eldrazi pre-con and Commander Masters. It is that betrays. So I don't know if there's a premium version because now there's 3 different arts. And they've reprinted it a handful of times because it was in a dual deck. And then the pre-con now and the original in Rise of Eldrazi.
But it only has
I'll bet you that looks fucking gorgeous in foil.
One foil printing.
Okay.
From the original. Right. So that's at 73. We're not putting it at 73, obviously, for this.
But getting this in foil is going to be good long term. Because
it would have been nice if this was a full art. Again, I don't know why they do the border when you get to I think Secret Layers need to stand out because that's what I wrote down for Fae is the extended art foils are at 30. I don't think this is going to be the Faberl Elder is not going to be a $30 card because
it's not going to hit. Probably not. No.
Like imagine that one that I just not now we're just getting into the arts. Let's move back. Imagine getting that, like this was the whole card was this gal. Instead we have a border to it. So I think they need to get away from having the borders. I don't know why they do when you're doing a special thing, because I honestly think that the other one is I would rather have over that one. But anyways, that being said, non-foils we're at 33. So again, we're not at a good break point. We're not getting over.
Yeah, this isn't something that I'm likely to buy. Yeah, not this one for sure.
The foils are at 60 with fees because everything's a little bit lower. The highest cards are 20, so your shipping's going to be lower. You're at a break point of 6. So it's a little different from the earliers where it was 60 and break point of 8. These, because they're under, you have all the cards are under 20. It's cheaper for shipping, at least if you're doing eBay. That's kind of where I'm going with that. So really, there's a lot of cool stuff in all this, but there's really only 2 that are like, if you're investing to make money off of this, it's really only off of Buggin Out and the VHS one. Everything else has high break points. But that's the other thing about stuff is if people don't buy a lot of them, which I think they will, because even if they are high break points, a lot of these are really cool and unique. Not this one necessarily, but the other ones have different cool arts. There is a little bit of a unique twist to this whole thing. You know, you have the normal, everything for $420. They give you a discount. Then you have everything in foil, which it's $240. They give you a $40. They give you basically one foil, one free. The non-foils, $180. They give you a $30 discount, so they give you one free. But they have this, which is kind of new. It is the Bugs, Bands, and Blockbusters bundle, foil and non-foil. The
alliteration.
Yeah, there we go. Love it.
Love it.
Love it. 106 for that. So you get a discount of about, what did it say? I can add 15 bucks. 15 bucks. So it's 120. Normally it's at 116. Oh, so it's 14 bucks. This one has the 2 best ones in it. So you have the 2 best ones, and then what was the bad one? The Bands. Was that, which one is the Bands? Bands. Oh, I wrote it all out. So, I did the whole total.
File Smasher, Tevitsat,
right?
Jessica.
So if you're looking,
like those are all very playable cards.
If you're looking to invest and you want those cards in your collection, this would be the one to get, because you're getting $15 off. The breakpoint by this one, like I don't normally do that with the bundles, but the breakpoint of the bundle is a breakpoint 3, because it's $199 of value in this, costing you $106. So this one is
it's a double up.
Yeah,
on its price.
Yeah, and the non-foil of the same exact thing. So the Bugs, Bands, and Blockbusters, it's $80. You get $10 off. The breakpoint of that is 4 because the value is $115. So
20.
Yeah. So
right? Or is that saying 89?
89 to 79.
All right.
Yep, 89, 79. So you get $10 off. So it's, a little bit. But so if you're wanting, like our buddy Renshai, he likes, Vial Smasher because he has the deck. Well, these would be the ones to get, because you get your Vial Smasher, and then you get the other 2.
Yeah.
And you get a discount basically on all 3 of them, if you think of it that way. And then you can, if you buy a couple of them, whatever, you make some money off of it. So that was the only thing I wanted to mention with that, because normally we talk about the bundles, but we don't talk about them as breakpoints. This is just interesting that they took these 3 and kind of smashed them together and made a little side
so
one.
Now that you're saying that, can we do our one spec on it?
Oh, yes.
Because I'm going to go with Bugs, Bands, and Blockbuster bundle.
That's actually a good point.
That's what I was going to do.
Let me hit the this.
In the common tongue, it says one
spec
to rule them all. One
spec
to fight them. One
spec
to bring them all.
That's a lot of Spec.
In the darkness.
All right, so Lowry, you have like you already kind of you
Right.
busted the cherry there. Not busted the cherry, but you did the great henge thing. What was if you had one choice? If you could only choose one of these drops, which one would you?
I can't do the bundle. Are you saying I
You
can't
can
do
do
the
it. You
bundle?
can, yeah.
But
That's
I'm
part of it.
That's what I do the bundle. Because it takes let's say not including the lands, we have 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
sorry, I went to the bundle.
4, 5, 6. We have six of them. Right?
Six including the lands. Yep.
No, there's 7. So we have Absolute Annihilation, VHS, Baseball, Partying, Lands, Bugs, and then Artist Series. So there's 7. Without the lands, there's 6.
1, 2. Am I counting wrong? 3, 4, 5. Yep, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Or Fighting. That's. But we get essentially, if you don't care about the basic lands like myself, I'm much rather I'm much happier paying like cheaper standard prices when they put good full art basic lands into standard, so it's cheap enough to buy it type thing. So really it's just you get half of them for $105, $106. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Because generally I'm spending about, I buy 2 to 3 of them each. And this is what I would buy. The only card that I feel like I'm really missing out on is It That Betrays. Because it's not a card that I play a lot of, but I would like to have one like premium version of it.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yep.
And so I might have to break down and buy a single of it, and it's going to hurt, I think.
Yeah.
In that regard.
That is going to be that and Carnage are going to be the 2 big guys in that one.
But I'm not going to feel bad about missing the baseball. And kind of it, right? Baseball?
Yeah. If I were to do one, obviously it's the VHS one. So that would be my one Spec.
That would, yeah, for sure.
That one just has tons of value. If I was doing a second place one, like I thought
you were chain in the first sliver.
Yeah, those 2 just make it right there.
Home run.
Like that's you don't have to do anything else.
Run.
But if I second place for me is the Bugs one. So the Bugs and the food and the VHS one are in that drop. So I 100% agree with what your pick would be on that. Getting the bundle on that would be I mean, me personally, I don't love the Bug one. Totally agree with the VHS one with the 2 all-stars in there. The interesting thing about the Bug one is that you have 5 cards and 4 of the 5 cards are $20 a piece.
I guess I'm going to be missing the Absolute Annihilation. So that's the one that I'm really, and I know that the breakpoint is awful on it,
but it's something that you like.
It's something that I'm going like, all of these are very playable. I don't have one card that I don't want to spend money on already with Mass Hysteria, but then I want to break down and pay $40 for the foil versions of these. Like, I'm not going to be able to get rid of my Abrades or my Terminates for any value. But Oppression, I do have at least maybe 1 or 2 copies, 1, maybe 2, and I can get rid of them at, so that supplements it at like $5.
Oh, good.
I meant to hit that. And I hit a completely different.
It doesn't mean anything. That doesn't count. You're using it wrong. That's fine. But I feel like getting $20 off of that bundle right there. I like that. I'm super happy with that. To whereas like in the past or what they're doing right now, they're taking like $70 off of the major bundle, like everything bundle. That's crazy too.
$70.
But I went
foil bundles $40, non-foils 30, right. And the Bugs one is 15 or 14.
I feel like they're taking a lot off of these bundles.
Well,
as they have in the past.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but
in that one,
I'm very comfortable with the Bugs Bands and Blockbuster bundle. The BBBB.
BBBB.
BBBB. All right.
All right.
So I'm very comfortable with that. As you know, I don't go over the top with any of these unless I'm like this surefire hit. So I'll probably get the BBBB and then maybe the VHS one, a couple of them, because that does seem like a hit.
Yep.
Slivers always are in, and Food Chain
Is just a combo
is
piece.
just it's a combo all-star.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I think what
it makes the most sense to me.
I'm doing is one foil of everything. And then I may do what you said and get one foil of the bundle of those 3 to get the little discount.
Mhm.
And then go VHS on the rest, like of whatever else I want to get. Like I have some dollar to dual lines that I need to fill out, and so that's
Gotcha.
gonna go there. So yeah, so that's
And I'll probably go the BBBB with Annihilation and maybe another VHS. Probably not 2,
so
but maybe 1.
I will say that the thing that has changed with how I've done Secret Lair specking is, I would say in the past, how I would spec was I'd take my breakpoint numbers, I'd be like, all right, this is a breakpoint 3, break, blah, blah, blah. And I'd buy that. I'd be like, okay, breakpoint 3. I wouldn't buy 8, obviously, if it was a bad one. But these ones that I had numbers to, I would buy that and try to get my one for free. Now what I've kind of changed is I buy the foil bundle to get all the ones I want.
Mhm.
And then I just go, really, what's the best ones? Where am I going to make the money where I can pay for that entire bundle I just bought? And so then I just,
And then you just go deep
on those. Yeah. And that's,
Okay.
I've changed it a little bit instead of trying to sell everything and be like, oh, I got this and this and this and that. And actually it's easier on myself with selling because I don't have to list 30 things. I just list 5 things. It's like 5 things.
That's a really good point.
5 things of 5 of each of them or whatever, it just makes it so much easier. So my selling and purchasing has completely changed and I kind of focus on stuff, but I still want a lot of this stuff for collection wise. So,
And also for the bit, it's simpler to explain it as a breakpoint. But so what you're essentially saying is get what you want and then you breakpoint the most obvious.
right. Either the top 2 is typically what I do. So like the
that
one
makes
from
sense.
not this last one, but the one before, that ocean one where it had Thassa's Oracle and all that stuff. That one was fucking a home run. Like that one's been easy.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's
as
been
well.
it just selling like hotcakes. Which do hotcakes sell like a lot? Like I mean, that's why is it?
I mean, IHOP is a thing, so because that's what pancakes are, is hotcakes.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, well,
You're explaining to me.
I'm just saying that's in. If you read the old lore of like Paul Bunyan, that's what they fucking call pancakes is hotcakes, and they skated around on butter pads, and that's how they fed Paul Bunyan and shit. Like, all right, should we move on?
Should we hit our last repaying debts? Let's get our
we should.
A Smith. All right, we're taking our shots. All right, here we go. Ready? Last one. Thanks.
I just
Josh.
picked this shot up like I was Mr. Burns. Like my hand did not want to. It was shaking, and it's way too full. All right, thank you, Josh.
Yep, it gets worse. It gets worse. Fuck.
Ugh.
God damn it. Okay. I want a bean right now. I got to do a bean.
Awful. Oh no, you gotta sit there through the pain.
No, I need a bean.
No,
we have
because
to-
if it's
We have to take.
you
we have to
gotta
take
incur the
3
pain.
more. We have to take
As
3
separate
more.
as- yeah, I mean we're gonna do that eventually, but
All right, I got 2 of them there. I'll grab that one.
I mean we have 3. We have 3 left.
All right. I got to get us on our Stump the Smith Savant little thing here. And let's flick get that. We're not on Staple Versus, you fucking weirdo.
My hand was in the area. Sorry.
That's not for another couple
That's
weeks.
another thing I tell my wife as often as I can.
It's
Sorry,
my-
my hand was in the area.
That was a good one, Lowry. I'll give you
Like
that.
when I'm walking by,
Whoops.
slap the butt. Whoop,
Oh.
hand was in the area.
Credit card. All right. Flicking the bean. Are you got your bean?
I have not done that. How does that work out? Is that
Zoop.
normally?
Zoop. Zoop.
All right, I don't know what's gonna be. It's gonna be something. I flick the bean.
Oh, this one isn't good.
Yeah,
Rot-
that's bad. All right.
Rotten egg. Rotten egg. Striking out all over the place.
Getting too old for this. This is bad.
All right. What are we doing here?
I don't think it's rotten egg.
No, I just had rotten egg.
Some of these are like miscolored. It might be a rotten egg.
All right, I'm hitting the button.
It might be old painted.
It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the
Malort
Smith
fucks my
Savant.
taste buds so bad. I'm gonna go in and meet my kid's new teacher tomorrow morning. I'm gonna just smell like fucking Malort and rotten fish.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to brush my teeth.
I do have an oh good for me moment. Look at my back
Huh?
wall back there. You see all those pictures? Those are all the Lord of the
Oh.
Rings scenes.
Ah.
Look at all that
Whoa.
shit. I got those all. Those are all foil. Hit the button. Those are all the foil scenes from the Lord of the Rings stuff. Go ahead.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you.
You've been collecting. How far away are you? Because you got a couple of the special soul rings.
Those are
From
coming.
Card Kingdom
Those
credit,
are coming.
huh?
Those are coming. Video coming shortly. Oh, that might be one of the videos we do this week. Boo, 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 boo. Yeah, I'm. The hard part is the Gandalf the White promo player one is $1,400 or no $1,100. So,
Really?
yes, because there's only
Because
like,
that card's real bad.
no, Gandalf the White.
Oh,
That's the one where it has
there's
the
the
Flash.
blue one, right?
It's the Flash one
Okay.
that has the ETB and leaving the battlefield
Yeah.
one, but it's the player promo one, which there's on TCG is only like 10 listings. And then you have the
Okay.
Saruman of many colors, which is whatever, and then search for us. Anyways, okay. If you guys don't know, oh wait, where we took our shot. I was like,
Yeah, we did. We're
Oh,
done.
Lord
We're
save
done
me.
with that shit.
all right. If you guys don't know how this game works, I am going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowry's going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes will hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no will hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He will get up to 5 wrong guesses before he is considered stumped. He gets up to 3 clues. If he can get everything about the card, but can't get what the card is, and he still has a clue left, he will get the initials and bonus clues. The card has to be at least 10,000 EDH rec decks. Remember, you can submit those either on Discord. If you're a part of our Discord, you can shoot us an email at commandersmiths@gmail.com. This week's stumper is Spooge Wizard. Our
You don't have to
giveaway-
say like the full name. You could just be like S Wizard.
Well, the funny thing is, I will give the funny thing name with that is when I was with when we went to Hawaii and I was with my neighbors and Cindy and we're talking about like ejaculation. I said spooge, and they're like, "That's not even a thing." And I was like, "Yeah, it's when you
Oh, it
ejaculate." They're
definitely
like,
is.
but they're like, "No, it's splooge," and I was like, "You're right. It's because there's a guy on our Discord. His name is Spooge."
Oh.
So it's Spooge.
Wait, hold on. Did we assume? What?
I know, so I keep calling it Spooge.
I
It's just
became a
like-
fucking meerkat right there. Just like fucking sit up.
So Spooge Wizard.
I mean, splooge. Yeah. But I mean, like, there's also like sploosh. Oh, is that a woman thing though?
Yeah, that's
Women sploosh. Do men splooge? And we
or Spooge. We got Spooge Wizard.
Spooge Wizard.
Yeah, Spooge Wizard.
I
has-
had already always assumed that your name was associated with ejaculation.
It totally
Can
is.
you confirm or deny it?
He tainted us, and I said taint. Yes. So
Right.
if he can stump Lowry
Taints
this
can't
week,
splooge. Or spoosh.
it is Delighted Halfling Proxy Foil. If Lowry does not get stumped this week, we will add a bonus card in next week for the ante. I have eliminated the chat, so chat can't. They can play along, but Lowry can't see the chat. I think that is about it. Is there anything else? No, I think we're good. All right, here we go. 10,000 EDH ret decks. Let me pull the flavor text up so you can see it. This one's a little tough for me to read here, but Matt Selesnya sings out and life flourishes in answer. But it's like Matt. Is it Matt or is it? Because there's not two T's.
No, I know where it's from, so we don't have to like it. This is a Ravnica based card.
You want any yes or
I'm
no?
saying it. Give me a hello boobies.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
It is not. One wrong. Oh, and by the way, Lowry is, by that wrong answer, he's 66-23. He's not starting off on a good foot.
Well, now you got to figure out Matt Selesnya.
Did I spell it wrong?
Hold on. I
No,
do.
that's right.
I do want to sit down and be like, I'm not saying that it's from a Ravnica set, but it's from a Ravnica based card. So, okay, just clarifying. You're saying no. All right. Celeste. All right. Sings it out and life flourishes an answer. It still feels like a very green and or white card. It kind of feels like a non-permanent spell, so sorcerer instant. I'm still fucking potentially calling bullshit, but that's fine too.
Don't worry. Don't start hating.
It's fine. It's fine. Sings out and life flourishes an answer. It also feels like there's potential like life gain and or creature token generation. I already got one wrong, so I'm gonna go with can I get a first clue, please?
These clues are from Spooge Wizard himself, so I will read those. The art features a person standing on a pillar above a mass of glowing tree roots. The art features a person standing on a pillar above a mass of glowing tree roots. I'm flicking the bean because we have 5 of these to eat, so I'm having one right now.
You're at 4?
Yep.
You're at 4? I'll probably take one after the second clue. And then one at
Toasted
the end.
marshmallow.
Lucky. I guess. Okay, now like roots. Can I get that again, please?
The art features a person standing on a pillar above a mass of glowing tree roots.
Okay, sorry, I was only paying attention to half of it.
The art features a person standing on a pillar above a mass of glowing tree roots.
All right. So tree roots potentially make me feel like there's that planeswalker from Innistrad? That doesn't make sense.
No, planeswalkers will not have flavor text. I mean, there's a couple of them.
No.
Yeah.
I know.
gotcha.
But
Okay.
when you're talking about that, like that 3/6 Mafia planeswalker, so some like, Jesus. All right. Sings out and life flourishes an answer. Is it green and or white?
Hello, boobies.
You got a hello, boobies.
All right. I'm technically self-imposed rules. Try and go until I get it wrong. Is this a non-permanent spell?
Wrong, 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 wrong.
So it's a permanent spell. I'll take second clue, please.
The text features a trigger to get a creature for casting spells. The text features a trigger to get a creature for casting spells. Let me rephrase it. The text features a trigger to potentially get a creature for casting spells. Potentially.
Okay. I appreciate the clarification, because so that means there is a standard within when you cast a spell for it to occur. So it's not just
you don't just get a creature. Yes,
it's not just a monastery mentor. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get a creature.
Right.
You have to meet
something.
And I guess monastery mentor technically could, because there's that stipulation there. But we know that it's green and or white. There are roots in the art. Roots. I'm still struggling. There's that planeswalker in my head, but I'm still struggling on the name of it. I got, and as I'm saying that, I got to it's Ren and 6 or 7 that we're working with, and that feels like in that realm of where we're working. But I don't know. Okay, so I'll take. I got my second clue. Yeah. Can I get it again, please?
The text features a trigger to potentially get a creature for casting spells. Any spell.
Just to distract from the length of how long this is going to take me to get, I'm going to take a bean. Click.
So glad I have to pee.
Thank God. All right. That is bubblegum. This is... maybe Tutti Frutti?
So we have,
very good.
for those of
Strawberry
you
banana.
listening, I guess it's Mott. Is it Mott, do you think? Mott Selesnya sings out, and life flourishes in answer. Clue number 1 is art features a person standing on a pillar above a mass of glowing tree roots. Clue number 2, text features a trigger to potentially get a creature for casting spells. The chat has no guesses, and I have hiccups.
They're dead. They're dead. Oh my goodness. Where's Renshai? I thought he binged it by now.
He did Jackal, Lightning Bolt, and Mountain, and none of which are right.
Now he's he's going to bed like Josh. Geez Louise. Let's...
You might need that third clue before you even guess. You don't need to get something
right,
wrong.
I'll take that third clue, please.
All right, this card is in 14,000 EDH rec decks. Only printed in Commander 2019. And most played in, Jurid Conclave Exile. So it's Ghired. Jurid?
Ghired?
Ghired?
Gherid.
Ghired.
IRED. Oh. Okay.
And I can
you do that one again?
Okay.
Fully?
This card is in 14,000 EDH rec decks. Only printed one time in Commander 2019. So you think my Ravnica thing is bullshit now?
Kind of. Because I wasn't saying that it was. Yeah.
But how would I figure that out? I wouldn't know.
Right. You wouldn't know, but you could still call it bullshit. That's fine.
And most played in Jurid Conclave Exile.
All right. All right. So we know that it is. I'm formulating a picture. I think that I
Renshai, you're on the right track.
was just looking at this.
And Trav Knight, you're on the right track too.
I'm like trying not to compete against them, but I'm like, I could start saying shit. All right, so, I have a very firm picture of what this is in my mind at this point. Is it an enchantment?
Hello, boobies.
There we go. Hot damn! All right, it is 6 mana. The cost is 4 and 2 white.
Hello, boobies.
Whenever you cast a spell, you get to populate.
Hello, boobies.
You ready for the initials? Oh wait, what is it?
Yes.
What type of card?
Did
you
it's
say
white.
No, what type? Did you say what
It's
it
an
was?
enchantment.
Okay.
That's what I think I initially said that.
Probably.
Maybe
Did.
Hello, boobies.
Another hello boobies works.
Yeah.
The initials, this is a long one. SOTW. I'll give you this. The O and the T are the easy ones. Those are the fillers. The S and the W.
Right. It's
SOTW.
Soul of the World something. But is it Soul of the
Hello, boobies.
Soul of the World something?
Hello, boobies.
Well, the S. Sorry, never mind.
So initially I wanted to call it like Soul of the World Tree. Can you finish what you didn't want to say?
I was just about to mention, I was like, do you remember when you used to be like, blah, 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 and then you look at me, be like,
Yeah.
is he reacting?
Shit, I looked at this card for Anixia. Soul of the World something.
Actually, you're wrong on that. Sorry. It's not soul. I forgot the S. The S is not right. Sorry.
Wrong.
I gotta give you that. That's not
wrong.
right. The S is not right. I just assumed you had it right. It's not soul. That's 3 wrong. That's
Okay.
Malort and me.
But also me.
So the S is wrong, but you got the of the world right.
Awesome. Great. All right, so S is not soul,
No.
but maybe soul is in there still?
Don't do that. I don't want you to think that I'm not.
I know. Let me read into whatever I need to read into to try and get there, because I don't know what worlds. It's world something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Never mind.
And so, is it song?
Hello, boobies.
Because I think that's what I want to say was like Soul of the World song, but that didn't feel right. And so we're saying it's song of the world. Soul? No buttons. Give me a second. Song of the world. I never looked. I know there's like spindles bright at the bottom, something in the middle, and you're saying that's what's the first clue, please?
The art features a person standing on a pillar above a mass of glowing tree roots. Didn't realize that's what this image was until the clue came out, and I was like, oh. Sometimes
Right, so I got 3 wrong.
Yes.
And I have basically no clues left. Right? There's nothing else that I can work for or do.
No, but you got
I essentially
Song
have it.
of the World is what you know.
Is it okay, so just is it Song of the World Soul?
Hello, boobies.
Whoa! I almost fucked you over because I was like, don't even think Soul in it. And then I was like, oh shit, Soul is in it. I like completely screwed you over almost. I was like, oh no, what did I do? Because I was going to tell, basically I was like, don't even think about like, because I fucked it up from the like thinking you said that because Soul is in it. And I was like, oh, jeez.
All right.
Good job.
Okay.
Dude.
No, I got to really, because I thought that Soul was in there, and Soul worked with the song part. So Soul of the World.
Song of the World Soul.
Yeah.
So you said Soul of the World, and then you couldn't figure it out. And then I was like, oh shit.
It was either like worlds, like world. I wanted to say World Soul, but Soul of the World Soul was weird. Like that wasn't happening. That's not something that clicked. And so like Soul of the World 3 was something that was in my head. And Soul of the World Song was also there, like a little bit further back. But when you said nope, it's not Soul, then you know you're able to kind of do a tell like, okay, Soul's potentially something there. And then I got the song, you know, like, oh, you know what? It's probably
I'm glad
this.
I'm glad me not saying Soul is not in there and then realizing, oh shit, Soul is in there. That didn't throw you off because I thought I sabotaged.
I was very sure that Soul was in there because again, I just looked at this a couple weeks ago with the Nixthia, and it was in there in the deck for a really long time.
So
timing wise, bad for you, Mr. Wizard. And
how do you feel about the Ravnica part of all that stuff?
That is Selesnya.
But how am I supposed to know? Like, Ravnica
you're not supposed
blog?
to know.
I was just like,
I'm like, it's a populate card.
There. I'm like, it's not there for Ravnica anything. I was like, nope.
Populate is from
right.
From Selesnya. Right. And Matt Selesnya is a thing on that world. And so like I'm right on that one. I got two wrong. That's fine. I'm right.
You never done like the whole the flavor of it.
Oh no. But I also normally I say, is this from a Ravnica set? Like that's how. And I was like, this is something Ravnica, but
but then
I wasn't sure.
Then you go to me and it's just like, well, fuck. If it's not sitting there saying Ravnica, I have no fucking clue.
That's true. That's right. Yeah, I mean, you're right on that. I feel bad about the chat. You should have said something, chat, but you had no idea either.
Let's take our last bean, and then we will call it quits tonight, guys. Thank you guys all for watching and joining in. Renshai got it a little bit ahead of Lowry on that one. All right,
I gotta work my way there. He can just fucking spout shit off though.
All right, here we go.
All right, I've already flicked.
Mine's gonna be butter popcorn or nope.
God. All right, that's something not awful. It's like pear.
Dirty dishwasher or dishwater. You can
taste
a
juicy pear.
That's fucking weird. All right, let's get this done. Oh. Gross.
Spit it out. Don't trust him.
All right,
make him do a bean next time.
I'll finish it.
Juicy pear is pretty good. I feel like this is the first time.
You're gonna have that all the time now. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. We will catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening. Watching.
I did say watching before. See ya.
Bye.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas. I love boobs. I'm bonkers for honkers. I love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.
Not the best timing. I apologize.
You went way
a little early. I mean, you're talking like 3 seconds.